You are now tuned in to the new Old Heads podcast, brought to you by BringingDownTheBand.com. No bad ideas, Coleman Dental and Printfinity. I am Major 7. I make beats. I have the hard drive to prove it, and I want that smoke.
All right.
And directly in front of me is the maestro, Lonegevity.
Hello, Michael.
How are you, sir?
I'm quite well today.
Got a nice glass there, man. You good?
Yeah, it's a nice glass.
I mean, is it good? You got a good vibe, though.
The vibe doesn't give me the glass doesn't give me the vibe.
Oh, okay. Maybe the potion that's in there.
The potion, yeah.
Perhaps.
The potion gives.
Is
emotion.
it witch's brew?
Okay.
It could be.
Okay.
Potentially.
We'll go.
Bitch, I might be.
I like that.
Hello.
That's what you did there. We'll go.
Copyright
real
Gucci,
E40 sound.
We'll go
Shout out-
diagonal. The one and only DJ Jay Diff.
Salutations.
What's up, man? You good?
I'm chilling in the cut.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to see you, brother.
Indeed. Likewise.
So I'm gonna go immediately. I'm gonna immediately to my left first. We're gonna come back to the head of the table.
Facts.
You know, the voice of
Word.
Indianapolis,
That's how you feeling?
Mr. Wavy Light Skinned Girls Be Loving Me Now.
See, you're not going to get that to go mainstream. You're just
You know
not.
what I'm saying?
Nah, man. It's the 𝗡𝗲𝗏 joints.
Yeah, the one and only Jay Moore is in the building.
What's going on, y'all?
You all right, man? You good?
I'm good, man. I'm feeling real good. A new year.
Yes, sir.
Man, it's just a lot of love. Like I said, I show up every now and again. I'm like Flesh and Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony. I'm just not always there, but you know I'm somewhere just kind of chilling out.
He
But,
did contribute though.
He always contributed.
Like
So
Word.
you know he would be on the cover, but he'd be like he wouldn't be with the other four of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but
He was like in the clouds and shit.
exactly.
It's cool though.
He was on that
Exactly.
G Unit. What's his
like
name?
Young
Tony
Buck for a while.
Yayo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
Tony
what it
Yayo
was.
was
yeah,
kinda
but he
in
would
the
be
sky.
locked up.
Yeah.
So was Flesh. So I guess that
Yeah.
kind of okay.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Thing.
our first guest for the podcast, episode 63, at the head of the table, internationally known DJ, incredible producer,
I'm all right. Thank you.
representing Michigan,
Facts.
Chicago, the Midwest in general.
That's a fact.
I call him Baron.
Yeah, that's what you'll call me.
Yeah, when I see him, I call him Baron.
Right. That's what
the government.
you'll do.
Yeah, I call him Baron.
Yeah. So,
The one and only 𝗡𝗏𝗄
what's happening,
is in the
everybody?
building. What's going on, sir?
What's going on, man? Hey, first off, glad to be here.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for allowing me to hold this seat
Yes,
at the head
sir.
of the table.
Word.
I also want to know, does this also come with a big piece of chicken, or I just get the
Well,
regular
Chicken
joint?
hours are between 9 and 5.
Yeah. So unfortunately,
So,
you're
yeah.
not gonna get any chicken
okay.
tonight.
It's no
Yeah, you're on
chicken.
your own. I'll be
Okay.
honest on that. Yeah.
Sorry.
All right, I just wasn't sure if there was like regular size chicken, like if there was like little
No chicken, sir.
slices or
See, for the guests,
Right.
you know, if
Maybe
they-
later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Usually we try to get to churches before we go on.
Okay.
So
Churches
Okay.
though.
yeah, you missed
So
out. I like churches.
do I
Y'all
get
don't like
a
churches?
big piece of the
No.
supper?
Mike, nobody.
I've never
likes
had
Nobody-
churches.
Me,
It's
hey, me and
alright.
my
Yeah,
mom,
you're not missing
thank you.
anything.
Churches ain't trash,
They
man.
got good apple pies.
Yeah.
And they got good jalapeno cheese little
Yeah.
bite things.
You know what he's not talking about?
What's
the
that?
chicken.
The chicken.
Exactly.
Well,
Yeah.
you got me there.
Yeah.
I mean, look, really, if it's a choice between Popeyes and
Okay, we'll go
churches,
Popeyes. Yeah.
First
Okay.
off,
Yeah.
Popeyes is unf-wittable.
Yeah.
Let's be completely clear about that. Tuesday, 2-piece special.
Mm-hmm. What you
Need
order?
I
with-
say no
what
more?
you what you
I
order with
actually
yours?
got that from
what
churches,
you
though.
what you order? What you
That
order with
Tuesday.
yours?
We can either go dirty rice with it.
Okay.
You get the seasoning.
Do I?
All right. I'm
Yeah.
just trying to see where you at.
First off, dark spicy.
Okay.
Let's get it cleaned out the gate. I'm
If
sorry.
if you're a real goon, you'll get an extra biscuit.
I don't.
Okay.
However, I will double up on the sides. So if I'm feeling real, I don't know, Thanksgiving-y,
Yeah.
I'll go mash, mac. I smack the table. I won't do that again.
Give him the
Let's
bell.
get-
Welcome him to the
let's welcome-
fold.
Did I
can't-
do I
you
pay
can't quite get
$5
it,
for that?
though.
Or
So that's
every time
called. That's the fuck shit.
This is
Bill.
the fuck shit
Yeah.
bell.
Okay.
So we welcome you. You know, we got love for you.
Right.
But unnecessary noise, brother, that'll get you the fuck shit bell.
Okay.
All right. But carry on. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
No, brother. That was a wrap up. That was.
Well, wait a
Okay.
minute. Now, are any of you the type of individual that will get fries, potato wedges, if you will, depending on where you are,
Okay.
and still get mashed potatoes with gravy? I mean, double up on the starches?
Double on the
Nah.
potatoes.
Sometimes I'll get the wedges and dip them in the mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
See.
I always
I never did
make
that.
a like. It's almost like conflicting. So I'm out there ordering it, and it's
Yeah.
like I want some wedges. Then you almost say potatoes and gravy. It was like, nah, that's kind of, nah, man.
Yeah, doubling up.
Yeah,
I
can't do that.
I do it just because, you know, it feels funny, like feeding chicken or something. You know, like.
So I was going to bring that up.
Yeah.
It feels weird to me doing that because that's like eating like chopped eggs like with chicken.
Okay.
It feels weird. I don't like it.
Okay.
I'm not with it.
I've never done that.
Yeah.
I've never done that either.
I can appreciate that. You know?
Yeah, like fried chicken with like a tempura.
See,
Yeah.
I like
Shout out
that.
to
I
my
like
Koreans.
that.
You're
Yeah.
using big words, and if you keep
I
doing it, I'm
like
gonna take it
that.
as disrespect.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. I do.
Yeah, man.
So, thank you, sir. I think we said before we came on, we were gonna go ahead and rock with Jeff Saturday for episode 63, Colt Center.
Is that what we decided?
Yeah, Lone and
was
I
I
did. We didn't care about
I
you.
mean-
You never put in anyway though.
Hey.
So
I'll be
really
frank.
don't
I don't
care.
even know if that's really his number.
Yeah,
think it is 63
Wait
though.
a minute, someone needs to look that up. Usually,
Yeah, let me look it up.
DJ
Spoolz,
Spoolz.
yeah,
Spoolz
Shout out to
usually
DJ
does that.
Spoolz. Yeah, that's
yeah,
our man.
let me
right
see
there.
what we got here. I think it is 63, but I could be terribly mistaken.
Yeah, I mean,
Jeff
a lot to
Saturday.
Google.
What's his number?
Wikipedia. Let's see. Wikipedia says that his number is 63.
There
okay.
it is.
He's an
Wikipedia
Indianapolis.
wins.
He's an Indianapolis fella, so you know.
Yeah, we fool with Jeff Saturday. Got a ring with P Money, so we'll call this a Jeff Saturday episode. Y'all good with that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Sure. All right.
All right.
You know,
You don't care.
Terry, like we, you know.
I don't even know what that is, so I'm gonna just ride with it.
I know who that is, but yeah,
Yeah, he a Colts fan too, and he ain't even show any excitement.
it's all good. It is.
No,
How
it's
much
not.
excitement have I showed for football as a
You are
whole,
consistent.
This whole
You
season?
You know what?
are
I will give
consistent.
you that, man.
You
I'll give
are
that.
consistent.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. So
Question: have you had years back to back where it was like, I'm super excited by Colts?
Yeah.
yeah,
Just right now, is it glutes? Can you expound on it as someone who's
expound.
not
That's
Expound
two, Jay
on it?
Moore. That's
So
two.
we got expound and we got what do you say?
Tempura.
Tempura.
Okay.
Tempura.
I feel all of this is disrespect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
He-
expound.
he's trying
Not
to
to
test our
shoot the
gangster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go ahead though.
These
Expound.
SAT words.
So I did not rock with the NFL this year based off the whole Colin Kaepernick
Excuse me.
situation.
Is that a fuck shit time?
No, coughing doesn't
Okay.
count.
Yeah, because I will be
Yeah.
ringing the
I'm
bell.
just
all the
curious.
time.
I'm just trying to
Coughing
figure out
doesn't
what my
count.
Yeah.
figure out what
Are
my
you
limitations
are you thirsty to get the bell?
No,
on me?
I'm just
He doesn't
curious.
want to be the only bell of the day.
I just-
He just want to
Yeah.
make sure that if the bell needs to be rung, it's
Yeah.
being rung
Now,
appropriately.
Yeah,
now
that's
by
a fact.
all means, brother, if you feel like you want to reach out and use the bell,
No. Like I'm
by
a
all means, use
guest.
the bell.
But
You
just
don't
make sure
complain
that you,
at somebody else's house. You just got to figure out what the rules of the
Yeah.
house,
House rules.
You'll learn as we go.
just make sure you don't cause some fuck shit as you are ringing the fuck
Fuck
shit.
shit bell.
that can
Okay.
happen.
So
Yeah,
like
that can happen.
punching and staying like, yo, I'm gonna reach.
Right.
Type. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Back to expound. Go ahead.
Expound.
Yeah.
Okay, so the whole Colin Kaepernick.
Okay. So you kept with it.
kneeling- I did.
He's
You-
consistent all year.
Hey man,
Yeah.
can we get a round of applause for his brother
I
for
can
not
clap
having
that
fake
up. I'll
outrage?
clap
Thank
on
you,
that.
thank you.
Clap, clap, clap,
I
clap.
like that.
Thank
I
you.
like that. He was
All right, man.
consistent. I like that.
That's a fact. All right, so being that we have a fake outrage moment going on right now,
Mm.
will you, my brother, not shop at H&M? Because
Yeah.
you are not the coolest
You want
monkey
to
in
go
the jungle.
right into that joint, huh?
Speaking of H&M,
Okay.
let me get this literature out here real quick.
Okay.
But he
Put that-
asked me a
get-
question.
I know,
He
but
asked me a question.
I want to set the stage, brother.
Okay.
Some people might not understand.
All right.
I don't know how, but let's set the
it's
stage real
it's
quick.
fake outrage.
Yeah,
so-
we coming to that.
Okay.
Let's set this stage. So,
Okay.
clothing retailer H&M is apologizing after fierce backlash over an ad that featured a black child wearing a sweatshirt. Child. I said child.
It's
Ring it,
how's
man.
that
Go
spelled?
ahead.
Is that spelled with a D or
Go
E?
ahead, man. Go ahead, man.
You said child.
Ring it. Go ahead.
So technically, that's like
Oh,
what?
Jackie hairy ass dude.
Oh wow!
They don't know nothing about that.
First of all, it was Jack Hay.
Jack Hay, you
Yeah,
are correct.
You could ring it on him for saying
Yeah,
Jackie.
look. See, now you just let's get back to this.
It's about to be
what you know about
gratuitous
Pearl?
bell
And what you
ringing.
know about Pearl in the window on 227?
What you talking about?
I'm sorry.
They was Redskins fans.
You right.
Ooh.
Oh,
Anyway,
we had. I'm taking this man out on trivia night. Word.
the ad featured a black child wearing a sweatshirt that read "Coolest Monkey in the Jungle." So, I saw the image and I was like, "How did this get past everybody in that room that chose to put this out?" That
'Cause
was
they
my
didn't-
initial reaction.
They didn't have a fuck shit bill.
They didn't have one.
Yeah.
So, now following up on what Slot said, I know he tossed it to you.
Have
Is
we
it
not
fake?
been rolling?
We are now.
Oh, shit.
Man.
It's lit now.
Okay, so they're just gonna get audio. They're gonna get dope audio about the bell and everything. That's cool.
It's gonna be a lot of
You're just gonna get
Lil
like some
Pump
pre-rolls,
and-
like
Shouts to the pre-roll picture. It's just gonna be us
Yeah.
being like,
Yeah, we can do
Facts.
that. We can do that.
Okay.
Go
we'll do
ahead,
it
brother,
still.
and expound. I like
Expound.
that. Go ahead and expound on H&M
Expound, my
because
brother.
I
H&M.
I was mixed with my emotions on this,
Okay.
but I still think it was trash.
But before, so let me add just a little bit
Yes,
more
sir.
context. So for those watching,
Yes, sir.
my brother kept up. He had real outrage
Okay.
enough to bypass the fake outrage
Okay.
to not mess with the NFL after the whole Colin Kaepernick thing.
Okay.
My question to you, my brother,
Mm-hmm.
is: are you going to follow that same behavior and energy
That's a good question.
with H&M?
With H&M. Okay, I'm gonna say this. Anybody that's outraged by H&M
Uh-huh.
and wants to shop with a black-owned clothing company, I own one called Printfinity, and I can print your shirts up
That's a
with
fact.
whatever saying that you want on there, but it'll be something cool and kingish. It won't be on no H&M shit. But
Okay.
to your
That's a hell of a plug, by the way.
That's,
to,
that's a. You
your
have a
question.
website for that?
That's
You
a really
gonna
great
plug that
transition,
website?
sir. I appreciate that.
the website actually is being built by my man Lone.
That's a fact.
With input from me, we're working on that.
There's our social
So that'll
media,
be
at least,
coming soon.
We can
Printfinity, we're one of the
Instagram?
sponsors of the show. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
Yes, sir.
Indeed.
for sure.
All
We'll
right.
make sure we get that
I
out
will
there.
be the
Sorry.
first
You-
artist
you're saying.
sponsored.
Okay, H&M. All right. I
Give
don't
it
really
to me.
shop at H&M like that. I do it here and there, but it's not somewhere that I frequent on the regular.
Tell
so
them how
me
you feel,
saying
sir.
that
So-
I would protest or
Not spend money with them.
is really not an
Didn't
issue
bother
with
you,
me
really?
like that.
Okay.
And it's
So-
probably the same way with a lot of people. A lot of people create issues and stances on shit they don't fuck with anyway.
Facts.
So it's easy for them not to do that. It's not making them lose any sleep.
Right.
Or, I really want to watch football on Sunday.
Right.
Like
Right.
still.
So that affects you like
Yeah.
a lot.
I really want to
Right.
watch
That's
it.
fair.
That's
fair.
a part of your ritual. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you do every weekend. Yeah.
But I don't do it. But I mean, this kind of, and we kind of talked about this before too. It's messed up what they did to that young kid. Somebody else should have stepped in and seen that. His mom had to have seen it.
Yep.
Jay Moore was speaking about something his mom said or did
Yeah.
concerning that.
Yeah. Actually, I saw it on my man DJ 𝗀𝗲𝗄. Shout out to DJ 𝗀𝗲𝗄, who had put up the mom's reaction, saying that it's not a big deal, and you know.
And this
I
is
don't-
where you find out where fathers are missing.
You know what? Because someone brought that up to me earlier. I was like, I wonder if his parents were involved. I was like, something tells me his mother was involved. And like, I'm not trying to get on mothers for not, taking certain things seriously, because I know my mother would have taken this
That's what I was about to
very
say.
seriously.
Very serious.
Moms wouldn't be having it.
So,
But at the same time, if you look at how these websites are built, and like
Yep.
this, once again, not an excuse. Like, say when you go on Ralph Lauren's website, like you can click on a shirt that you like, and then it'll have that shirt in 20 different colors.
Right.
And then each time you click on that color, it's the same pose.
Yep.
And so they just have it set up. So I don't even know if they had that shirt on the young man
Yeah,
for
I
any.
thought about that too. They
But
could have
at the
photoshopped
same
it.
time,
That's a
this is
fact.
what happens when you have people who are not aware culturally. How many hands and how many eyes did that go through?
That's my question.
Before someone said, "Oh, maybe we shouldn't do that."
That's
I mean,
my
and the thing
question.
was, we see this all the time.
Yeah.
That's why it's not a surprise to me when some people are all outraged and shocked. I'm not. Think about the Kylie Jenner thing that happened last year. How many people saw that and were like, "That's going to be awesome"? And it's going to, this whole thing about Black Lives Matter and where we are as a country, and and protest. Hey, just give the police officer a Pepsi and he'll stop shooting black people.
Yeah.
And those sort of culturally
Fuck shit, Bill.
interesting and
deserves
interactive moments where people just aren't paying attention. And also, this is what happens where a lot of times these companies have nothing but perhaps middle-aged white male eyes looking at things. So this is where you have an issue, because Adidas has something, and this is really hurts because I rock with Adidas.
Yeah, me too.
Where they have something. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Something that's pretty problematic, where
Okay.
it's they're putting out the Predators, or a product called either shoes called the Predators, and the advertisement. And once again, only 24 hours after this H&M thing happens, young black man, pretty much all black background, dark facade, if you will, and underneath his face it just says Predator.
Oh man.
And I'm like, how isn't, and if anyone, it's on Angela Rye's page. So, I shout to Angela Rye. And I'm like, how is this sort of thing getting past so many people? But, the thing is, this is what happens when literally you have no black people in the decision-making process of some of these advertising. Like, and it's always something.
I'd like to see I'd like to hear what
I
your
have a couple different takes
was.
because one, I build websites.
Yeah.
And I build websites for companies that literally have the pre-made stock photos
Yeah.
like that before. So depending on how big the website is, there's no type of approval process when I put stuff together most of the time.
Okay. So that's good to know.
But granted, at the same time, it's not an H&M.
Right.
So there that has to be factored in because H&M is a big company.
They out here.
But
They have
what do you
people. They
think?
have. I'm sure that when they are
Right.
putting their stuff together, there's a process.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, like
yeah.
you're also talking about a fashion company that comes out with lookbooks,
Yeah.
things of that nature
Exactly.
for coming
They
out
have,
with
like-
future stylists. And so their whole
Exactly.
website is styling.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I built sites for companies that sell merchandise. Let's say for a company that, let's say a big company like Adidas.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'll build a website for them that they will a separate site for their employees to buy Adidas wear.
Okay.
Okay, I got you.
So I will do that type of stuff. So it's not quite the same, but at the same time, like stuff that I do,
Yeah.
I mean, it would be completely on me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At that point. So depending on if I looked at that, I'd have to be like, hey, this Predator thing right here is probably a bad look. You may not want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
But there's no checks and balances from my end. But I'm sure, but I'm almost absolutely certain that at a company as big as H&M, that it had to go through a certain level of eyes. And if it didn't, then they need to upgrade their quality approval, their quality program, which I'm sure that they have.
Okay.
So where that when that happens,
They
there's a
have
check
to.
installed there so that at some point, I don't know how you hire somebody that is culturally responsible. You know what I mean? Like
So
you have
Slot,
to.
what was your initial reaction? Was it
my initial reaction was like, "Where's his father?"
okay?
And
I can respect that.
and then I'm not saying his dad would have made a better decision maybe than a mother would,
Okay.
but essentially that the thought was, okay, either his mother isn't from here,
Okay.
That's what
not-
it
they're
is.
from
She's
the
not
UK.
from here.
Yeah.
and so I can definitely see that being the thing. Like, okay, calling my son a monkey. Like, you're not calling my son a monkey. He's just wearing a shirt that says it. You know what I'm saying?
Like a cultural thing.
Yeah, it's like a
Okay.
cultural thing. So
Okay.
like, if
No,
you're
they're
not
definitely
from
calling
here,
him a monkey.
yeah.
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 So
I mean, that's how I took it.
That's how.
Yeah,
all
it's
day.
like her mother probably saw it and was like, "Oh my god, that's cute." And
Yeah.
so, my guess is, this is how it played out. They went into the room. They put it on. They put the sweater on him.
Yeah.
They looked at his mother's response. She said, "Oh my god, that's so cute."
And they kept it moving.
Facts.
Okay.
I don't know.
See, like I said,
what he
I
said is believable though, but I don't know if that's.
I'm
we
just
won't
talking
know.
about from
'Cause
a product standpoint.
Yeah.
And with
And
graphic
like I said, with
design,
the-
I don't necessarily fully believe that he was in the room when that happened. He might have been wearing the sweatshirt, but as far
with
as
no print.
yeah,
Okay.
because they have ways to digitally.
add, like-
Just like I said,
Yeah,
when you
just
go
after
on
the
to
fact.
Ralph
I do it all the time.
Lauren.com,
Like if
Which
somebody
makes
asks
sense,
me
'cause
for a
I've-
mock-up,
but
Yeah.
you still have
I'll
to validate.
put something on a shirt that's already out there. I'll just
Yeah.
put it on there and send it to him. So
And there's ways to when like that. This shirt was like kind of from the side. There's
Yeah,
like a
you
little bit
can
of a wrinkle in
definitely do
it, but that's part of it. Like
Yeah, you
there's-
can do
that.
That's within the
And,
programming.
and that's something
Jump
I had to
back
learn
in.
while selling shirts as well. Is that like sometimes it's just nice to have a blank shirt because
Yeah.
sometimes the natural lighting might not necessarily make what you have on the shirt pop.
Correct. Yeah.
That's
So-
fair. Jay Moore, you said you were saying something.
No,
about-
I mean, it's just like, even with, because there's a whole bunch of ways you can see where this missed quality control or whatever
Yeah.
the process is. But at the same time, this just seems to happen a little bit too often.
Yeah.
And, there's, the conspiracy theorist in me is like, okay, here's a way for H&M. Maybe I don't know what their sales are, what they're looking like as far as their stock and cash value appraisal is. But there is a market out there for people who, let's just say, alt-right wear.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
Okay, let's
let's just keep it real. When sometimes there's say when black people say we're not gonna mess with this,
Yeah.
it really galvanizes
Go ahead.
a certain group of people.
I was just trying to signal to Jay
get
to kind of adjust his mic a little bit.
Too
that's all.
late.
to
Go
to
ahead,
get
man.
involved and to
I just
say,
want to
okay,
check
well, we'll shop. Just kind of like it happened one time with Chick-fil-A. This is complete. When they said, we don't recognize, same-sex relationships and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And, then all of a sudden, church groups were like, okay, we're going to go to Chick-fil-A and buy twice as many chicken sandwiches as we usually buy.
You know
That's
what?
a fact.
I'm gonna add something to that. All right. So for the Muslim community, if you piss one of them off, there's an option for a fatwa, which is
There it
essentially
goes with
it's like-
those words again.
Yeah, I know,
There it
right?
goes.
That's 3 today.
There's a
Baron.
Thoroughly offended by these things.
Say, where
Fatwa.
they can actually, I don't know, where essentially someone can come and kill you for it. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? If you offend a culture like that.
Okay.
Mhm.
That's crazy.
Salman Rushdie, with his book, The Satanic Verses, basically the Ayatollah, he had to keep a super low profile for about 20, 25 years.
Right.
He didn't start popping up on TV until maybe 5-10 years ago.
So
and he
hold
wrote
this.
that book in the 80s.
So hold this.
Mm-hmm.
If that is the case, and the rest of the world knows that
It's all good, man. It's all good.
that
You new to the
all
game,
right,
man.
brother.
You
all
rung
right.
it for yourself already.
that's true.
Yeah,
It's a
you
thing.
good. Don't
Anyway,
worry about it.
if the rest of the world knows that the only thing that's going to happen by offending black people is that they're just going to get better SEO,
Mm-hmm.
then what's the point of stopping?
Well, because look, I forgot
It's a
H&M
trend.
was a thing. Like, is there an H&M here in
Yeah, there's one in
Indianapolis?
Castleton.
Okay.
They got a pretty big brand, man. They do.
Okay.
Yeah, no, like back at the crib, like
Yeah.
H&M is
They got a big, they got a
there's
huge
quite a few
brand.
H&Ms.
It
Okay.
is.
They got mad affordable shit in there. I ain't gonna front.
Is
That's
it
a
like
fact.
is it like
Oh,
Old
we can
Navy?
curse?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Ish.
for sure.
Ish.
Like don't go too crazy. Okay, got you. Okay.
But
Like-
but it's like Old Navy. Like you can go in there and get
but
like
it's
some $12
Old,
jeans.
No, but it's
Yeah.
Old Navy, like
Nah,
It's an upscale
yeah,
Old
upscale
Navy.
Old Navy. Yeah.
So
I just want to pause
still
real
a step
quick.
below
Like
the
they
Gap.
had affordable Mason Margiela or something in there at one point in time. Weekend was like a sponsor for him, and since
Yeah.
that ad came out,
and
he went
Justin
ahead
Bieber.
and was like, "I'm not gonna mess with it anymore."
Okay.
So yeah,
I was just
doing
gonna,
numbers.
I was just gonna
saying?
pause real quick. Slot was like, "Hey, can we curse?"
Yeah.
When we obviously have a fuck shit bill.
right. No, I'm just making sure.
But I appreciate that.
yeah,
I
just
appreciate
making
that.
sure. Making sure.
Hey
Yeah.
Baron, you can curse because we do have a fuck shit bill, brother. You
That's
good.
what he just said.
That's-
I know. I wanted to
you-
reiterate.
I'm gonna
that.
ring the bell on
There's
that.
Yeah,
always
Yeah,
there's
exactly.
always a hater in the room.
No, I
you
mean,
can
because-
always reiterate a
I
point.
mean,
you
just
always
gonna,
can
he's gonna
reiterate
double
a
up
point.
on it.
I'm
Just
gonna go
double
ahead.
up
This
on
is
you
the
didn't have to
negativity
be-
I'm talking
You didn't
about.
have to
That's
be the
negative.
Mockingbird because he
That's
literally
negative.
just
That's
said
negative.
it.
But that's negative.
No,
That's
like, wait,
negative.
Wait, stop. So that wasn't an echo. Enabled him to happen.
I'm
That
saying
was, that was
it's
him
it's
by
fuck
choice.
shake. Yeah, right. So
Okay.
this
Did
was
you
fuck-
say fuck shake?
He did for his fuck shit.
Yeah, ring it for that shit too.
which time did I say
It
that?
might not have been
She
shake,
said
but it
it
was
out.
something.
Thank you. You want to ring
Yeah.
it?
You're
Hold
on your way to fuck shit, but it went to fuck shake.
You mean
It's-
when-
it's kind of tight.
You mean when you interrupt me and I stopped real quick so I wouldn't talk over you?
That doesn't cancel. That
Microaggression.
doesn't cancel
Let's go,
you saying
baby.
fuck shake though. I don't care what happens. That doesn't cancel.
Why don't you
that.
put the phone down, Mike?
See, we out here trying to live, and Mike want footage. They gonna get all the footage, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
Well,
little
except for
kids
those.
all
at
the
club
footage.
who like
Shout
to
out
hang
to
out in front of
academics.
the
Shout out to
DJs.
Shout out to academics content. Go ahead, man.
Oh,
No, I was just trying.
Anyway,
And you gonna bring up academics of all people.
Hey man.
moving right along.
Yeah,
Anyway,
What in the
Nigga.
Joe Button is going on?
What?
what in the Joey is going on?
Go ahead,
here.
man.
You know, I'm about to pump it up. Anyway,
What a joke, man. And that's
But
the, that's
no,
the bar
but-
of the day right there.
but in all seriousness, though, there is no real backlash for offending black people here in America. It's not like we're the main populace. It's not. I mean, however, we do derive majority of the cool that comes out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the fact that they made a partnership with The Weeknd, the fact that they've had partnerships by somebody that, I mean, like Justin Bieber, a couple other people who've also rocked their stuff. They actually have rap music playing in the store from time to time.
Yeah.
Facts.
So
You know what I'm saying? So it's
I agree.
It's like
So do
if
you
there's
think-
no real thing behind it, it's like, no, you're just gonna boost my SEO.
Facts.
I mean that is true. But
That's a good point.
do you think that it is a you mentioned, Jay Moore, you mentioned the idea of a possibility of a conspiracy behind it. Now, here's my
That's
thing.
just how my brain works sometimes.
But what I'm going to say is...
There's probably nothing to that, but,
It's cool, though. It's all right.
I just don't think they care enough that much.
They being just the company in general, right?
The companies,
Okay.
yeah. I think it's just negligence.
That's fair.
Is what I think it is. Personally, that's my, but I could be wrong. But
Right. I mean,
Well,
but even at worst, like, they put that out. There had to be at least one conversation. Hey, you think we should
You would think there was one.
But that's the
somewhere.
thing.
But this goes
But-
to the point that there are people on that board that don't see that or are negligent to that or just don't give a fuck.
So,
That's fair.
because like normally on those
That's
boards,
actually a good point,
Well,
too.
see, the thing
Yeah.
is, the negligence comes into
That's why I
play
said
when you
negligence.
don't have a diverse group of people available to
Right.
make
Exactly.
decisions.
Or-
Exactly.
So,
or
because
the
honestly,
question I
I don't
have,
feel there's a malicious intent to it. I really don't.
Right.
I really do think it really is what Lone said about it just being negligent. But there is a bit of maliciousness in the negligence
In this
because
fact of
you know
negligence.
when you
Exactly.
have an all-white board of directors for this
right.
company.
well, majority of these things is there's normally a team of people,
Yes.
at least 2 to 3 people overseeing it,
If
some
not
type
more,
of
yeah,
editor,
yeah.
some type of chief of something,
Yep.
and then you have other people who are actually handling the work.
Yep.
There's some type of board that had to go at least through somebody overrode.
But if all the people involved
yeah.
are culturally ignorant,
Right.
then what, in their minds,
let's
they
just
didn't
say,
do
like-
anything wrong. They didn't realize until it went viral that they did anything wrong.
I doubt there was a board together to put out a T-shirt with a saying on it. I personally doubt that.
So
a board for styling.
Well, no, I don't think a board,
they
but,
normally have a board for pretty much everything, particularly with those fashion labels.
Well, maybe
Because
you're
it's
right.
because it's like
I
a
don't know.
It's like a visual. It's like a visual standard.
How often do they put stuff out?
Yeah,
H&M?
I mean,
Yeah.
4 times a year generally
Yeah.
because everything goes by the season.
Yeah,
yeah.
Okay, so I guess in that
And then-
aspect,
and
then,
then-
yeah, I could see that. Then.
that's what I'm
usually
saying.
have
Like
a
there had to be
seasonal
at
campaign.
least
Mhm.
one. Even they could have even been light skinned or one of them, like in between. Like, yo, we don't really quite know what he is.
Yeah.
Like a Craig David dude.
Facts. There had to be
Yeah.
at least one
One Craig David.
one Craig David
Had to be innocent in the
To-
UK too.
to 11
Yeah.
white people,
Yeah.
and dude could have just given. It got overridden.
Even that though, that even
Shout to
like,
Craig David,
yeah,
though.
even if Craig David would have just made that noise, I'd have been cool with that. It's like at least Craig was in there like, man, I don't know about
But you
that.
never gonna hear from Craig.
You ain't see Craig. The thing is, will Craig be the person that comes out and was like, man, you know what? I was in there. I said, nah, I ain't want to do it, but I mean, they overrode me and just did it. Like, is
Craig
Craig
trying
gonna
to
say
keep
that?
his job.
No, because Craig wants
Wants to keep his job. Craig wants to keep his job.
Facts. I don't even need to say it.
And speaking of job, when you talk about his parents or whoever, or if his dad has something to say about it,
Yeah.
was it about the money, like getting paid for him to wear this monkey ass shirt? Because it's some monkey ass shit.
So my
They did,
question
wearing
they
really,
did get a
shirt.
bag. They probably ain't no probably. They got a
Oh
bag.
no, you got paid.
We don't know what
Yeah, they
that
definitely
bag
got a
is,
bag.
And
but they definitely got a
then
bag.
Diddy just offered him a meal.
That you beat me to it. Yes, he got
So-
$1 million offer for Sean John.
So are you gonna put yourself in a fuck shit situation to possibly get a meal? Because
Well,
there are a
that's the
lot
thing,
of
though.
people out here
He
that
didn't
are
know
going
that
to
was
do
gonna-
that. No, definitely not.
He definitely didn't know that.
Yeah.
That was like, what's ill is that after the fake outrage happened, the opportunity from everybody under the sun,
Arose.
particularly a lot
That's
of
a
like
good word,
black
too.
black
We'll
owned
see.
companies that like
Yeah.
used to be popping. Like, I've only seen Air Force One Sean John
Yeah.
in a coup in the hood. I haven't really seen it too much outside of that.
Okay.
There a while ago,
They
you can
sell
see Sean John.
in Macy's though.
How many people you actually see wearing it?
I got a Sean
I
John
mean,
shirt.
I knew he was.
You
Gonna
got
say
The
Sean
way they
John.
do it now though, they don't make it visual to where you know that you're wearing some Sean John shit.
Who goes to Macy's anymore though?
Bro.
I go to Macy's all the time.
Oh, okay. Well, that's you. I mean, you
I
got
mean,
it.
they
Like,
got decent sales on shoes, but
I bought
He's
my
stunning
my
right
peak
there.
coat. You know,
fast.
I mean, I got a
Macy's
Sean.
got
I have
sales,
2
bro.
Sean John suits. I really can't talk.
I mean, but it to Sly's point though, it gives a young kid a dope opportunity because going in the midst of all of this, he could actually get a dope look, which could turn into
Facts.
something else. So
and you know, only thing his mother has to do,
what she got to do?
shut the hell up
That's all
and
she
gotta
ride
say
the wave.
nothing.
Right.
Don't be glaze and 2%
I knew you were
milk.
gonna go
I
there.
knew he was gonna get there.
That's brilliant. Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't
Say it
want.
one more time for the people.
Don't be
Oh.
glaze and 2% milk out here. Y'all like that?
So
I like that a
we
lot.
definitely don't want. We don't want his mother to go to glaze. You know what I'm saying?
And 2%
2%
territory.
route. We don't want
just,
that.
Just stay in the cut.
Just
Yeah.
stay in the
Yeah,
cut.
because we don't want to find out anything
Yeah.
about you on your Facebook page.
Yeah.
It's gonna mess up this look for your kid.
Yeah. So we don't want to. We want the young man to be able to secure the bag.
They out here killing for their kids, man.
Man,
They can't even prosper.
man.
What else we
That's
got
a
on the
fact.
list for today?
Yeah, that is pretty deep.
Let's keep it moving.
Keep
all
it
right,
moving.
So let's try this one because we haven't had Slide on, but we do talk about artists keeping it a buck and yes men, and we've talked about that concept. So apparently, Eminem on his 𝗏𝗄𝗄 remix that had 2 Chainz, and I cannot remember the third cat. That's what it's called.
𝗏𝗄𝗄 featuring Fresher.
Yeah,
That's it. And 2 Chainz.
Yeah, Fresher. Yeah,
First of all-
Fresher
Yeah.
snap.
I was asleep. I'm woke now. Number 2, Eminem showed that he definitely can still rap outside of his trash album.
Right,
Nobody
that's a
said
fact.
that he
Still
couldn't rap though.
No,
No,
what I'm saying is he didn't. How he blacked out on this, he didn't rap like that on the album.
Oh well.
So it was good to hear that he still can
This
body.
goes back to what we said last week. He has a whole record label with Royce the 5'9",
Yeah,
with 2 people he just signed,
yeah.
Conway and
West
West
Side
Side Gun, that
Is-
aren't on his album. So I mean, that's not really saying
Isn't
anything.
it ironic that Eminem felt like he had to rap his ass off to prove
something in a Joe Budden.
that he could rap his ass off?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he just
It's
put
weird
out
that
he just
yeah.
put out an album that was very well. It was 𝗏𝗲𝗄.
Yeah,
You know, so
𝗏𝗲𝗄. I like that.
It was like Italian. I like it.
it just wasn't a good album. I mean, excuse me.
I would
Real
agree.
Olive Garden with it.
Yeah, it was very well.
Facts.
You know,
Like it's
minus the breadsticks. It was just very.
No free salad.
No. But then
Shout
he
to the
comes out
oil.
and he's got the remix where he's rapping like he feels like he has to prove like I can still do this. But,
Oh, he bodied it too.
but
man.
realistically, that's all he had to do in the first place, really.
But
Yeah,
I think with Eminem's record, it really was his attempt to say, I'm going to make
The album.
or his album, yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
to make an adult album, because
Hasn't he already done that though?
that
has he?
that's my question.
The 2 precursors to that,
Yeah,
the
the
recovery, and
was pretty
what's the
much-
other one?
Well,
Relapse.
Relapse.
Yeah, those 2. This is like the trilogy of those type of
of
albums.
those
that
type,
are
I
all-
guess, and maybe it's just because I just can't bring myself to, like, I've listened to Relapse once when it came out. It was a big deal, and I'll be honest, like, I felt no need to listen to it ever again.
No, I haven't liked anything since his first album personally.
His
So-
first 2 was
but-
dope.
First
to me.
2.
But-
I was gonna say,
And-
I haven't listened to anything past Eminem show. And I'm
and
from
Yeah.
Michigan.
the thing is,
That's real.
and the thing is, like, but when everybody talks about, oh man, when he gets on these guest appearances, like when he gets
Yeah.
on Renegade,
Yeah.
you know, that's still going back almost
That was
more than
in
15 years.
2000.
And then when
Yeah.
he gets on what's that song off
He
the
bodied
LeBron
Hov,
James
too.
album.
LeBron James.
Well, not LeBron James album, but it was
For that movie
for the
they
movie
did.
with Drake
Spider
and Lil
Verse,
Wayne,
yeah.
where he
Yeah.
basically destroyed everybody.
Yeah, he
but
went
I'm
off.
like, you give him a verse, yeah, he's the greatest of all time, showing up for a verse.
Yeah.
But, you know, as far as listening to whole albums, and honestly, you know, in my mind, you know, I can't even put him in that greatest of all time conversation.
He doesn't have the catalog.
He
He's
doesn't-
a
he just-
producer, man.
Because I don't even think it's a producer.
Explain
It's
that.
just
What's that?
not putting him in that conversation. I can't put him in with Jay-Z and Nas and Rakim and whoever else might be in your personal favorites, because he has too many albums that are one and done to me, where I've
Okay.
listened to once and I feel no need to go back and revisit.
It's not a skill standpoint.
You know,
it's a catalog
even-
standpoint
even-
to me.
I'm with you with that. 'Cause his
Even when you're talking
albums
about
age poorly.
Jay-Z's work that, you know, is not up to his, like, there's still, even off of Kingdom Come, there's still 3 or 4 tracks off of there that
That's
I'll
a fact.
revisit.
All day. Yeah.
Off of Blueprint 2, there's still 5 or 6 records off of there that I really, really like and I listen
fact.
to. I
I
can't,
still spin popping tags whenever
Yeah.
I DJ out.
you know, you know, there's nothing off of Relapse that I'm like, hey, let's go back and revisit that.
Shit, no, man.
Hey, real talk.
I mean, you know,
told
that's just what
somebody-
it, like, pop a bottle. I mean,
nobody's doing that.
Look, and I'll just be honest, and like I said, this is conversations I've had with so many people. Being at Coaches, going into our 12th year, no one. Then this is a hip hop environment.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody ever asked for Eminem records. Nobody ever wants to hear his songs. And once again, this is a super diverse situation where, there's people that love West Coast, they love East Coast, they love commercial, they love underground. Nobody ever asked to hear Eminem's music.
And if they did, I would really look at them interestingly.
No,
Yeah.
so
I
let's
told
not-
one of the DJs,
Even Lose Yourself. Nobody's like,
nobody
Yourself
wants
is
to hear
dope.
that.
I love
Nobody
Lose
wants to hear
Lose
that in the
Yourself
club.
is a gym record.
I
Let's be
told
clear.
love it.
somebody in the Decademics DJ contest that goes on the Icon every Thursday that it is not a good idea to play an Eminem song in your set, because somebody did actually play an
Which
Eminem
record
song.
did they play?
I don't know. It was
Was it
just
Superman?
nah. It wasn't even
The
Superman.
Real Slim Shady
that's
or something?
that's damn
That
near
record
acceptable.
kind of works.
Yeah, that works, but it wasn't Superman.
I'm gonna play that joint off the first one that has Royce on it.
oh, that's
Yeah.
The original Bad Meets Evil.
you talking, but even then you're talking about 20 years ago.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah.
And it's still wouldn't work. But
And I can
I
I know we're going off on a tangent, but I can scientifically, here we have a couple of DJs in here and just people who know the game. Okay, say I give you 20 minutes to play records at Coaches, and if you don't kill it, someone's going to kill you. So we're going to make the stakes that high.
They're not going to the Eminem record.
Okay,
at
so,
all.
and the thing is, okay, I'll give you 5 artists. I'll give you LL. I'll give you Nas. I'll give you Jay-Z. I'll give you Run DMC.
Okay.
And on your 5th, would any of you take Eminem?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
not at all.
And
This
let's
is something
just change that. Let's not make. And someone
Let me interject
might make it
real
about the
quick
race
for
thing.
you.
I'll make it real quick.
Okay.
It's like, okay, let's take LL out. Let's put in the Beastie Boys. Now, would you put anyone else in there instead of? And would you give your thumb to Eminem?
No.
No, because
No, but
you
I'm
got
saying,
20. You
like-
got 20 minutes to move. Like Eminem does not have a PSA. He doesn't have a make you look.
At
He
all.
doesn't have a rock the. Unfortunately,
He doesn't have a Power Revere.
no.
Fam.
You know what? He doesn't have a Miss New Booty.
So this is just keeping it 1,000. Wow.
Yes, sir.
You're
1,000,
more than
wow.
likely to get an Esham, Top Authority, MC Breed request
Oh, easily.
before you get an Eminem request.
I'm gonna drop a third bass album before I drop an Eminem song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'd play
That's
Step
real.
into the AM.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If
Pop
you
Goes
want to
the
go to
Weasel.
race type shit,
Yeah.
I'm gonna play a lone song before
I'll
I play.
Multiple.
But I
I'll
have
play.
songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm
This is
just
true.
saying if somebody
Yeah.
tried to go there,
Yeah. That's
It's like,
that's
nah.
fair.
Well, this is my whole thing with Eminem. Eminem has Eminem fans, and they're not particularly hip hop fans.
That's very true.
You know,
that's
like
a very good point.
There
though.
are people who love Eminem, and they don't even like hip hop. In fact, they'll say wildly racist things.
They'll be like,
if you
know,
dislike Eminem, if you say anything
We talk
bad about
that,
Eminem,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't
they're the
normally
same people that thought that before Jeezy had this big hit with Cardi B, that he was like the next messiah in hip hop,
Yeah.
and how they really love Macklemore a whole lot
Mm.
to the point where he had to make a song about that type shit.
Yeah, but Macklemore has
That's a very good point.
thrift shop.
But look, Macklemore,
Right, but he had to make a-
Macklemore's thrift
Yeah,
shop.
Macklemore actually has some jams that you can play.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's got, and he just put out a one recently, and I mean not to clown on him, but he sounded like he stole Chicago sound with it. I forget the name of the song. He had 2 Seattle dudes on there, and he had a horn on it, but it sounded very similar to like Sam Trump type stuff.
Okay.
Sam Trump plays a lot of stuff with
Sam Trump is, if you don't know what Sam Trump is,
yeah.
Sam Trump is by far one of the illest vocalists,
Yeah.
trumpet players.
Period.
And and it's gonna sound crazy. The last instrument,
Yeah.
ukulele players
Word.
in Chicago,
I
Wow.
respect that.
hands
Okay.
down, fire.
But when you listen to a lot of like the jukish music from Chicago that has trumpets and horns in it, like
Yeah.
Chance
Like
kind
Chance
of
stuff, yeah.
Chance made popular. Like
Yeah.
he literally made a Chance record for Seattle artists.
Oh, okay.
The record is dope, but it's dope in a Logic sense.
Thanks, man.
Oh,
Sounds
sorry.
okay.
There you go.
Hey,
Mhm.
hey.
But it's dope in a Logic sense. You know, like I like Logic's songs,
Okay.
but I don't really like Logic because he's,
Logic actually has good shit. I ain't even gonna
His
front
last
on
album,
dude.
his last album was dope. I
He
like
just
it.
sound-
not going to front on him, but he's a a professional mimic.
That's
And
what
I mean by that, like me and him have had this conversation a lot. His album before this album, what was that one?
I don't remember.
It was Good Kid, Mad City.
Yeah,
Oh,
like it
okay.
sounded like it. Like
Yeah.
I listened to it and I actually got kind of upset. Like my blood level started to rise. Like, wow, he's really
Charlamagne caught him on that in the Breakfast Club too about him sounding exactly like Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
well.
With this album here,
This
I
is
wouldn't
just
say
something. This is just something that me and Terry were talking about in between
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was like, wow. This
I've heard that before from other people outside of y'all, and talking about Charlamagne, that say there's no question, like there's no doubt about it.
but he's a dope artist.
He is.
I
He
get
is.
it.
And
I'm not taking
I
it-
feel like
yeah, he can rap.
I feel like he needs to create his own lane the same way that I look at Mac Miller kind of like that. Mac Miller he could have went one of two ways. He was a dope enough artist, but then he just kind of took and went and created his own
He's
style.
severely underrated to me.
And he
He's
makes
a dope producer.
and he makes really really dope music, and
Yeah.
he does himself.
yeah,
And that's
I like him.
but you could tell he came up under the tutelage of the greats or whatever. He had that,
Yeah.
that there.
Yeah.
And that's the difference between like when I see a Macklemore sometimes. No, granted, Macklemore's been grinding for a very long time.
Sure.
But I don't know. It kind of rubbed me wrong when I heard his joint when it sounded like a Chicago track,
Yeah.
and I was just like, I don't know. I guess it was good,
He on that academic shit.
but it just I don't know. It just rubbed me wrong. I don't know.
You talked about sets, and you talked about Icon.
Mm-hmm.
So I know you and Slot both are DJs. I had this conversation with a friend of mine, and it made me think about it when you talked about Icon. I can't speak on it because I don't DJ, so that's why I can ask you gentlemen. I have a friend that always gets upset when somebody can DJ on wax versus I think they're called CDJs with the
Controllers.
CDJ or controller.
Controllers
Controllers.
and CDJs.
Right. So we're in an era now where everybody is becoming a DJ. I'm not talking about students that
Right.
go to academics, that work on their craft, that become better and want to perfect their craft prior to going out to try to do an event. I'm just talking about people that just want to be DJs because they think it's hot.
Short plug.
Yes, sir.
We get students all the time that call us and say, "Hey, I've been DJing for 2 years, but I'd like to take the class
That's
because
what
I
I'm
want to learn
talking
how
about.
to DJ."
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So anyways.
we're going to take those people out of the equation. What do you guys think? How do you guys feel in terms of being DJs about that culture, about people, one, just wanting to be DJs because it sounds cool and it just sounds hot, and the part about the actual skill that's involved with the wax or being able to spin on wax versus the controllers? What would you say, Slot? Like, does that bother you, or is that something that's just like you just it just is what it is now, and we're just going to continue to go with the times? Like, how attached to that, that concept are you? Like, does it really bother you, or is it cool?
I'm 8 years into DJing.
Yep.
So like,
I remember when you started.
yeah. So like, my first thing was production, but
Yep.
I'm not mad at it.
Okay.
It's one of those things of like, if your friend who's DJing for a while told you that he made $350 in a night, and you had to work 2 weeks to get that, it'd be almost the same sex appeal as someone told you like, yo, I just made $500 in 3 hours on this corner.
I follow
And
you.
you know what I'm saying? And you
I
make
follow.
half that in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I
So
follow you.
it's a certain level of perceived financial gain
Okay.
that comes along with that. There's also a certain level of appeal that comes with that, and what people perceive is what a DJ's life is like
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
on a regular day-to-day basis. So I'm not mad at that. Whatever romance that you see going on with the actual job
Yeah.
is rarely the case.
Okay.
You don't know what that person had to do to get in that particular conversation and situation.
Sure.
You don't know about having to ask the manager of the bar, hey, I need your number so I can see about getting a liquor sponsor so we could get more money for this outside of what you're paying me.
Right.
Or not having to go through the night where you made 10% of the bar that only made $300.
Got you.
So
Right.
if you don't
But
understand,
there's a whole nother side to that too. So
Yeah.
he's
Facts.
speaking on the side that makes sense and that
yeah,
is really out here trying to do something.
Okay.
And then you have the other side that just want to do it to look good on Instagram.
See, that's where I'm going, because
Yeah.
we always talk about, and this is a reoccurring theme on our show, when we talk about the microwave generation and instant gratification. That's the
Yeah.
era that we live in now.
But I'll say this too. I don't want to just leave it at that. There's a difference between knowing how to DJ and just wanting to be a DJ.
Okay.
And wanting to pose in front of equipment. Because I think we all get people that come up to you while you're DJing and like they want to take a picture
I ain't gonna get him
with
started,
your
man.
equipment, and they always want to act like they're scratching.
I ain't gonna get him started.
Or
and
some of them
wanna-
are real bold.
the
and
wiki
will put,
sound?
yeah, they'll
Yeah,
put their
yeah,
hand
that
all
shit,
on there
or-
like that's cool.
Yeah, that shit's whack, and those are the people that I think
real
represent
don't touch my hair
those
Yeah. Yeah.
the kind of fake DJ whatever.
Okay.
Because like I DJ with 12s
Okay.
and I DJ with a controller.
I have seen you do both. Yes.
So I learned on 12s,
Mm-hmm.
and I actually learned before Serato.
Right.
So
wax.
if you're going to be consistent about hating on a particular item that a DJ is using, if you're not still carrying crates and
Okay.
you're using Serato on the regular,
Yeah.
I mean, you still eliminated one of those elements from actually DJing.
Okay.
You're still feeling vinyl when you use Serato,
Yeah.
but you're not carrying all those crates. It's one of those things where it's a gift and a curse thing. You're able to thumb through music a lot faster now
Yep.
with Serato rather than having to pull out your vinyl and cue up your record and you know what I'm saying, things like that. So it's a gift and a curse. Purists would rather you just do that, but I mean,
Jump back in.
let
slide.
people live.
So I will say this. The way that things are set up, technology, excuse me.
Yeah.
Technology is like inheritance.
Okay.
It's essentially set up for the next generation to not have to go what the last generation went through.
Okay.
You
I
see
would
what I'm
agree.
saying?
I would agree.
So like with turntables and the mixer itself, there used to be a period of time where like there was no crossfader.
Right.
Right.
Next thing you know, there's a crossfader with a slow attack and then there's one that you can actually do like really quick stuff with. That's one thing.
Then you got the magnetic joint now.
Then you
know
got
what I'm saying?
exactly the
Yeah.
faders and all this different stuff. It's not supposed to be easy
Yeah.
for the person who started it,
Mm-hmm.
I see.
but the next generation, it's set up to be that way.
Yeah.
Well, also, I just want to jump in a little bit because, of course, you all know I can't DJ well. I know the concept how to get down, but
But
like
you're out
I would
here.
never call myself a DJ.
But you know the culture.
But
though,
I know the
better than
culture.
most.
Just going back
Yeah.
into to the late '90s when I started in radio. The thing is, you can have all the toys, if you will, because old school DJs will call, oh, that's some toy DJing. But
Right.
they're the same ones that understand you got to use Serato now. It's just is what it is. That
But like,
you have to be able to still rock a crowd.
Right.
And the thing is, the people who are out on the dance floor, you could have your 1200s and Vestax and
trash.
and you can be out there and you can have all that knowledge and have and want to be Grandmaster Flash, in 1978. And the thing is, if you can't move the crowd, if you don't know the records to play, you don't know how to follow. It's one thing to know the hot record right now,
Right.
but can you follow the hot record with another hot record? And then when you're like, wait a minute, there's only 20 records they have in radio rotation right now. Okay,
what else do I play between
so
those?
yeah.
records?
it's like, but I'm DJing for 3 hours. Okay, so if I play verse and a hook, or those 20, that's going to give me maybe 45 minutes. How do I fill in the
rest of that
next
time?
2 hours and 15 minutes? That's what makes you a DJ. That's one of the things that DJ Zero is so cool about.
Right.
Is it shows these people, okay, we're going to give you 20 minutes to get up here and rock the crowd. And they're like, wait a minute, they realize how long
They think
20
it- yeah.
minutes is.
Shit, only 15.
Or
There's a
15
lot of
minutes.
people that stop DJing before their set is over.
Like 12,
Right.
13 minutes.
Yeah.
Because once you realize, wait a minute, I've played all the hot records. What else do
What do
I
I do now?
My music knowledge only extends into what's on the radio right now.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
I think, wait a minute, somebody played the record I was going to play before I played it.
It's so funny that the DJ Zero series is a really fun series for
Yes.
everybody because everybody gets to get involved, but at the same time, it's really kind of spawned from showcasing and telling people like, look, we're doing this so that we can tell you what it's like to be a DJ.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it's actually an education. It's a teaching moment.
This is for Terry. Go ahead.
And the thing is, if you
He's
get
going to
into,
edit it
if
out
you get
anyway.
into this
We're just
contest,
gonna hear the bell.
I guarantee you were not going to be one of those people who runs up on the DJs like, "Hey, can I hear so and so?" And like, first of all, I'm up here working. I'm not here to talk to you.
Yeah.
But you realize it's not as easy, and for you to come up here and think that you can't tell me what a BPM is.
Yeah.
You know, I'm
Talk
at
that
75,
talk.
and you ask me for something that's 102.
Talk that talk.
Don't
Or they'll be like, I want to hear something hype, and they'll give you the slowest song that they can think of. You'll be like,
Right.
Yeah, that's not hype.
That's 65 beats
Or
per
you
minute.
have the person that thinks their one song is going to make the whole night
go crazy.
Yeah.
Or all right, so there's a lot of emotional content in DJing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have to understand
Yes, sir.
vibe,
Uh-huh.
texture.
Yep.
Mhm.
I also
Certainly.
have to know timing
Mm.
with the crowd, right? So if I'm playing something and you tell me it's too slow,
Yeah.
so let's just say Classic Man by Jadena.
Yeah.
Hey, do you mind playing something a little bit faster?
Okay.
But your suggestion is Panda.
Ah.
Yeah. Well,
That becomes a
yeah.
thing of
That's the-
perceived BPM
Yeah.
and perceived vibe.
He's
Right.
dropping.
And
He's dropping
perceived-
bars
perceived
right now.
But
hypeness.
most people don't understand that.
Yeah.
And I feel like as a music producer
Yeah.
and a DJ, you probably have a very particular
I'm super
understanding.
aware of that.
Because I know when I talk to, let's just go out there even further. When I talk to clients to place music in commercials and
Yep.
stuff like that, when
That's
you,
the worst.
man. So you're talking. They're like, yeah, we want something that sounds like this and it sounds like this, but it's kind of faster. It's the same thing as what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And it helped me understand. I don't DJ, but it helps me understand that relation right there, because I deal with people that have no idea what audio is.
At all.
They just want to know a feeling. They
that's
just
a
want
fact.
they just want a feeling, and so they don't know how to describe that feeling to you, but they try to describe it to you with using all the wrong terms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you. I mean, you're an engineer too.
Yeah.
When was the last time someone actually described reverb correctly to you?
Well, yeah, it just echoes, right?
Never.
It just echoes room.
Yeah.
The vocals
yeah.
need more room.
Yeah,
Are you talking about like I need to cut other frequencies?
yeah,
Yeah.
Do you want me to cut some of this mid out?
Yeah, like no, don't do that.
Okay, so do you want? Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
like you just
Yeah.
run through that whole thing, and then you run through that with people. But what I did have to learn, and I went through a whole phase of fighting it,
Yeah.
Mhm.
was the people choose what they want.
hmm
Yeah.
Well, we have to. It's us that have to adapt a lot of times.
Oh, certainly.
Facts.
You
Because
know
I
what I
used
mean?
to make, just make little party CDs for people. And the thing is, my whole thing is like, man, I'm going to put people up on something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it never
And
works.
no.
Oh, well, like sometimes you get lucky.
I mean, sometimes you
They have
can't
to-
get lucky.
They have to be ready to receive it.
Exactly. And
That's the
sometimes
thing.
you have to get people on your side.
Facts.
And, it's like, okay, I'm going to give them a little of this, but then let me go ahead and sneak this in.
Let me give you
I used
9
to-
of what you want. and one of
Exactly.
what
That
I used, to,
applesauce
I used to
effect.
give people CDs of just 18 of what I wanted. All right,
Who
go ahead
was
and give me
that?
the bell. That was me.
Was that
It's
you?
all
Yeah, that was
good.
me.
We can keep it
me.
moving.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. You just edit it out anyway.
Unless we talk about it, then I got
Poor
leave it in.
Lone.
Exactly.
Then I got to leave it in.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's the thing about being a DJ is
That's
like
not cheap as ice.
you can really, and like I said, I've had conversations where, and the thing is, if Spoolz was here, he'd tell you this. He used to just like to DJ and play songs that he liked to hear.
Yep.
He still like that's why he DJs very sparingly now
Yeah.
because he's not really trying to play.
That would be my problem.
Bodak Yellow 4 times a night.
That would be my
and
problem.
I completely respect that. That's why
Yeah.
places like when you DJ at Coaches, why it really is a unique situation because you can come in there, people in there actually like music. That's the thing that really bothers me.
Yeah, that's
is
good.
like
Yeah,
I feel
facts.
like people don't actually like music anymore. They like a vibe.
They want to be told what to like.
They want.
They
They
don't
want
want to. They don't want to like
Talk that
what
talk.
they
That's
like.
it right there.
They want to
Yeah.
be told exactly
That's
what to like.
it.
'Cause
Yeah.
when you try, unfortunately,
That's
like the era of the DJ breaking records has come and gone.
Yeah.
It's no more.
Everything's
It
on the
doesn't
internet
matter
now.
what we try to put you on to.
Yes.
There are a select few that are going to catch it
Yep.
and be like, "Hey, that was dope."
Is-
I had one person at Sonny's hip hop night.
Yeah.
I dropped a Thundercat song. I'm walking through the crowd. He's like, "Hey, man, you play Thundercat."
It's weird.
It's like nobody else. They don't
Caught
know
it.
what's
No.
going on.
but it's weird to be it's dope to be in the venue and you see the other person.
Yeah.
And they like, You know what I mean? Like, oh, you see that, and then you make eye
Everybody
contact
else will
with that
catch on
person.
later.
Exactly.
But they're not going to correlate you with playing that.
Exactly.
They'll think that they just, oh man, did you hear this?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's that same
Well,
shit I played long
deep-
time
it's
ago.
deeper. It's a little deeper than that though, because
Yeah.
it's not that they don't want to be put up on it. It's that they
They want to co-sign from somebody else.
Wait,
They want the vibe.
I'm gonna go there for you.
All right.
So it's like 2 to 3 things that I've picked up while DJing.
Okay.
One is I don't know. This is kind of like just on some like flat out nigga shit.
Mhm.
Is that when I see a video,
Okay.
I want to feel like the video.
Oh yeah.
And
Okay.
so if in the video it's a whole bunch of niggas popping bottles, hanging out,
It's a movie.
it's
They
a
like to say
movie.
that.
Everybody
right?
in rap
And so
shoots
I want to
movies.
feel that same movie to that same song. On the flip side of that also works with women.
Mhm.
So if Rihanna comes out with a really, really, really dope video for what's the record she has with Khaled?
Oh,
Wild
Lemonade.
Thoughts.
Oh,
Wild,
Wild-
Wild Thoughts, right?
Wild
Santana
So like,
joint, I think.
if she
Yeah,
has
yeah,
a record with Wild Thoughts and she does a
It's
sexy
really
dance in there,
Wild Thoughts.
the
with
women
it.
want
Yeah.
to mimic and feel just like how she felt in that video.
Right.
That's fair.
That's just one.
Okay.
2, a lot of people just don't know what the hell they're listening to yet.
Man, you dropping gems
Exactly.
right now, man.
they like it if they knew what they were listening to.
yes.
Right. And so I've also had this, sorry babe, I'm going to have to put you on blast. I've also had moments where I've played songs beforehand
Yes.
and a certain platform has played it.
Mm-hmm. And then
Then they catch.
then- It's
We
like,
talk
oh,
about that all the time.
Yeah.
And
We
so
talk about that
I had
all
a-
the time.
I had a, what was it, man? Sometimes my fiance Violet puts me on the records
Shout out to Violet. That's the homie.
because, she's a real
You don't
like
even
big
know Violet.
B
I don't know
B90.
Violet.
This is what we doing today.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's a B96.
Go ahead.
There's a
Slide
little
knows better than
back
that.
home. The pop station is B96, right?
Uh-huh.
Yes, sir.
Normally, she finds out about pop records from there. Those are records I don't have to play,
Mhm.
Okay.
so I normally avoid them.
Right.
Sometimes she finds one that's really, really dope. However, majority of the time, I'll find a record like Redbone.
right.
Mm.
I was playing Redbone for a minute.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Redbone hit B96.
Mm-hmm.
Babe, there's this really cool funk record. What is it? It says Stay Woke.
Mm.
You talking about this one?
Yeah.
You mean
That
the
song
record
I've
I've
been
been
playing for 2
playing?
months.
Mm.
Remember that song I told you about
Yeah,
3 months ago?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It goes back to that.
I've
Yeah.
actually had
Is
that
that, and
conversation.
that's what I'm
before, too.
saying. So
That
there
happens-
are people
that
breaking
happens often.
records.
It's the circle of life.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying, like there are people breaking records, but the records are. It's not necessarily the DJ.
Yeah.
It's the DJ on that particular platform.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
So
the
like,
platform.
if you're someone that no one knows, you attempting to break a record,
Yeah.
Yes.
fuck out of here.
Yeah.
It's there. It's over for that.
No,
However,
I mean-
if I'm at GCI
Yeah.
or if I'm at, you know what I'm saying, if I'm at a bigger radio station
Yeah.
Okay.
and I go to break a record on live radio,
Okay.
not only am I taking a risk, but like I'm also putting a whole platform of people
Yep.
onto a particular record.
And it also has to go through a programmer in order for you to
It's
even play that
AKA
joint.
some bullshit.
Exactly.
High
See,
risk.
that's where
So
the bullshit
technically
come
you're
in.
not-
That's
you're-
a whole nother
You're not.
conversation.
It goes
Yeah.
back to you're not breaking shit.
Facts. But that's, you know what's, all right, so
Y'all putting y'all giving that game right now.
no, but it's
This
it's
is real.
because like
Yeah.
I've been in conversations with some of the homies who've gone to go see program directors, and what a lot of their conversation will be, unless they have a new show
Mhm.
where they're looking to break music,
Mm-hmm.
their whole thing is like, all right, cool, get it hot in the clubs, DJs in the club, get it hot on radio,
Mm-hmm.
DJs on the radio, and after you get through that, you figure out, okay, I just got to get it hot on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because now that's honestly, it's not Get It Hot on the radio. Because honestly, by the time the radio plays something, it's late.
It's too
Yeah.
late.
It's
way
too
late.
late.
It's too late.
It's
But
too
that's-
late. Like the rate, like the
But for
every- the
hip hop,
kids who are
that's
on the internet.
normally when Niggerville USA gets
The
onto it.
kids knew about like because I remember
That's fair.
they were asking me for Cardi B
Yeah.
before Bodak Yellow hit, and I was like, look, we just first of all, like I understand sometimes because sometimes people ask me for stuff, and I'm like, nah, we're not playing that. You know, we just don't have enough space within the time to play the stuff that we know is going to work.
Chapstick game is high.
For, and then you asking for things that you just want to hear, something that you got in your personal Spotify playlist. But I'll take it another level because, like I said, I've coming from radio, and this is a long time ago. This is late '90s, early 2000s. I know we might be running hella over, but we got some good stuff going on here.
For sure. Go ahead, do you think?
I remember sitting in. Okay, there we go.
Hey, if you really want some of that good chapstick, we got that Paul Coleman, Dr. Coleman chapstick.
Oh yes,
so
Coleman
you go
Dental.
get your teeth cleaned at Coleman Dental, you get you some chapstick from Dr. Coleman.
317-255-8546 Coleman Dental.
Anyways, back
that's
to
right. Get your teeth right. Get your teeth right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Good
and so
plug
sitting in with the program director for my station and the operations manager, I remember we would sit and listen to songs that all three of us liked. And it was like, well, that's not going in rotation. And then we would hear a song that none of us liked. And we'd be like, well, that's going in rotation because there's a spot for it. I don't want to say it's been paid for, but there's been a certain amount of promotion behind it.
Right.
The record has been worked and
serviced.
And also, exactly. Worked, serviced. Something that I don't know really happens as much now, but also researched.
Yeah.
Like if you ever got a CD single from a radio station, it shows something that says the call out hook. Basically, when they call people and they're like, okay, what do you think about this particular record? It'll be the most recognizable part of the record. Everything is based on research. It's not based on whether or not you like the program director even likes it.
Right.
Because one of the things that's really crazy, I remember when I was in college and I was working in radio, and I remember I talked to other people who were in classes with me. They're like, man, that must be great. You're working in radio. I would love to get into radio. I love music. And someone gave me the game, and so I had to pass it on. I said, if you're going to get into radio because you love radio.
Yep.
Right,
Don't get into radio because you love music.
Mm.
It'll break your heart. Basically everything is researched within an inch of its life, because they want every time there's something called a TSL, stands for time spent listening. The average TSL for any given person on any given day is 15 minutes. So when they get in the car or when they turn on the radio, wherever they listen to the radio, they have to be hearing a hit. So, you can't just jump out of the window and play something that you think is great as a programmer or as a radio personality. And the thing is that research, it's broken down by age, it's broken down by gender. And I literally saw the program director at the station I worked at when he was trying to, give me the game and show you how all this worked, take the research that's segmented by men. So I'm just drop it in the trash can. Everything that you hear on the radio is based on the likes and dislikes of women. Most of the women 18 to 35, depending on the station.
For years.
And
women
so
buy music.
when you hear a song be like, that is so disrespectful, I can't believe they're playing that on radio. You know why that's getting played on the radio? Because the research bears out that women like that record. If it was about what men liked, you'd hear more Nas on the radio. You might hear the Roots on the radio. Like you talk to DJs that work on the radio. They're not playing, like that's my whole thing when I'm in the club. Like that's why I don't take dudes' requests, because I don't want, what you want to hear is really not my concern. I take that same mentality to when I take requests in the club. I don't take dudes' requests. I don't take most women's requests either, but I'm just saying I never take dudes' requests.
I want to hear play Nutmeg by Ghostface. Y'all got that?
Yeah, exactly.
Go ahead, Sly.
Two things.
Yeah.
One, I took a stupid risk.
Yeah.
Last Saturday.
Okay.
Shout out to my homie Marky Boy. There was a young gentleman who basically came in lying.
Okay. He's lying off top.
He was just lying off top.
Okay.
Hey, man, my name's Zeke.
Oh, man.
I'm from Atlanta.
Oh, man. I'm trying to picture what he looked like.
Okay, so braids, black
I
skin,
didn't want to
jacket
say
and
that,
shit.
but that's what I
Nigga
guessed.
shit.
Yeah. That's
No,
what
I'm just keeping
The
it in
Atlanta
thou-wow.
uniform.
Yeah.
Keeping it in thou-wow.
Yeah.
Nigga essentially came in lying.
Okay.
And so my whole thing was, I was like, yo, I will listen to your record later,
Yep.
but I'm not going to play it now.
Now. Yeah. They hate
Like,
that.
Oh, I mean, come on, you know what I'm saying? I got my people here, whatever.
Let me guess,
gave you the rapper hands,
Let me guess,
too?
it was like 1:30 or after that, because that's usually when they show up.
It was early. It was
Really?
Still early.
Oh,
It was
okay.
still early, but
At least
like
he showed up
the
early.
crowd was cracking.
He
Okay.
gave you the rapper hands like this, too?
Exactly.
Okay.
And so it was like, you know what?
Here,
Send
man,
me the
put-
record, bro.
Yeah.
Put my CD in real quick
I
and
hate
rip
that.
that.
Hey.
Facts.
Can you play it
I
off
was
my
like,
phone?
email me the record. I went and I downloaded the record. I listened to it. And I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
This is some R&B shit. All right, tight. I'll play the record, but you got to make a moment out of this.
Yeah. It's
Like-
got to be worth it.
Yeah, like this
Yeah.
has to be like a worth it moment.
Yeah.
Bro, when I dropped that record, oh my God.
Don't tell me the whole vibe got.
Fucked up.
Oh,
People probably start leaving.
It was just like, it was a downer.
Yeah.
Like I cut out of the record, like I let a verse and a hook go.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here looking at him like, hey, cuz.
You see what's going on right
Yeah.
now?
This isn't it, sir.
Well, like
This is
isn't
your
it.
record bombing in real time.
That.
Yeah,
and
this
like,
ain't it.
Like the record wasn't even really like a turn up record like that. It was
Yeah.
kind of like an R&B record. It just had the tempo,
Oh,
but it wasn't dope.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That too.
you shit wasn't
he-
good.
You
B.
could tell. I could tell he was talented,
Yeah.
and his producer was talented,
This
but
wasn't a dope
they
record.
hadn't. This wasn't the record to give me.
That wasn't the single.
Exactly. This isn't the single. This is
It's a deep cut.
this is super deep. This
I actually give you props for one, entertaining that young man.
Hey, it was-
Two,
normally
having him send you
I
the-
curb him.
It's
Yeah,
a teaching moment, you know.
Yeah. Now that you know that this isn't
He'll never
it,
do that again.
He's a philosopher.
he's a
Sliders.
philosopher. I agree.
This
No,
is a
so,
story
like,
that he's
I'll-
going to tell everybody else that tries to give him a
Facts.
record.
I'm
to
never
play.
doing that again.
Facts.
Slide me
Shout
a
to Z.
hundo or
Facts.
more.
Not
And
even.
I'll
you
play
said?
your
What'd you say?
joint.
And I'll listen to it
it's
tomorrow.
not enough money for you to kill my vibe.
Nah.
So
Nah.
you know what
Play
I'm
it
saying?
at the end of the night.
For a hundo, you'll play at the end of the
For
night.
yeah,
You gonna run it back for 200?
at the end of the night. Last
it
song.
would be the first record I played and the last record I played.
Yeah.
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 But
Yeah.
like all the opportunity in the world
Yeah.
for him to nigga Snapchat it up.
Yeah. He's
All
sitting,
this
he's
joint
sitting in
right
the
here.
corner
Yeah.
while you playing this record.
Oh my God.
He tweeting it. They
Chilling.
playing me in the club right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know.
Trash. But and then also the second thing is that I also had a young lady that night ask for a record.
Hers?
No.
Okay.
It was I forgot what I think it was
Was it Beyonce or Rihanna?
it was the Finesse record.
Oh, the Cardi B. With,
I was about to say,
so-
was it Barty? What's her new song?
With Bartier
with,
Barty,
21 Savage.
Barty,
Oh, whatever the hell her name
Is
is.
this the Bruno song?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a real song. But the Finesse remix record.
Yeah,
with
Actually,
Cardi,
I can see you remixing that finesse joint.
yeah,
I
it's
can
definitely,
see the Slide remix.
You drop your remixes very often when you out playing.
I've been doing it a lot more recently.
I actually play your remixes from
I
time
think
to
that's
time.
I think that's
Yeah.
dope for
I mean, but
You've been
Slade's
DJ.
actually good at what he does. So,
Yeah.
you
yeah. It's
know.
pretty. It's okay to play his. Yeah.
So here it is.
Okay. This is
I
the
go
lady
on-
now, the chick,
Yeah.
right?
So
Okay.
I tell her, hey, give me
Yeah.
a few.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna work it in.
Okay.
I'm already at like 103.
Yeah.
I just got done playing Fade by Kanye.
Mm.
Now I can go a lot of different directions.
Mm.
So after that, I went to New Jack Swing.
Great era.
That's a good.
What?
Great era.
Oh,
You
yeah.
mean the
Yeah,
record
good
that
time.
this record is from?
Great
Yeah.
era.
Yeah.
I played like maybe 3 or 4 records. On the second record, she comes back like, "Yo, are you gonna play it?"
Okay.
You weren't paying any attention.
Now it's
Like
like now
Shorty.
I ain't gonna play it.
Yeah.
Nah, I definitely made her wait like 10 more records.
Oh,
I was like,
Absolutely. Brilliant.
I've told people to their face.
That's genius.
As soon, like, look, I heard you the first time. Every time you come up here and ask me for the record, it's
Push the
getting pushed
record
back to another 20 minutes. So don't come up here and ask me anymore.
yeah, facts.
And they were like, that's just rude. I was like, it's rude for you to come up here
Nah.
and ask me for something that it's not like I forgot. Sometimes I do forget. Sometimes I just don't want to play it.
Yeah.
But
Right.
for you to come up here more than once, if not hearing one record is going to ruin your evening, then you probably should have stayed at home.
Facts. I've also had one crazy than that. Young lady came up, different chick. It was like, hey, I don't have all night. Can you play the record? And I was like, I
She
do
messed
have
up
all
right
night.
there.
What's my favorite word? That's what she.
Or you got to say it like short.
Bitch.
No, it was more so on the lines of like, I was like, yeah, I mean, but I have all night. Well, I don't have all night.
Well, that's when I
Is that
say
the
you can
cutoff
go ahead and
music?
leave now.
What is that?
Yeah, we getting close to that time, brother.
Damn, is that wow?
That's
brother,
how many-
You,
that's
you
how
can
many-
just do the fingers. You ain't got to.
Nah, it comes
Jesus
on.
Christ.
That's
automatic.
how
No,
many-
it's
that's-
automatic. It's just sitting there, so I got to.
That's how many
I move
jewels
it.
you was
Oh,
moving,
okay.
dropping.
I
sir.
move it. You heard
this
the loud.
This is like the Grammys out this joint.
Yeah.
All
Oh,
right,
yeah, we'll cut you off now. We'll
Wrap
cut
it
you off.
up, B.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm done. Jeez.
Yeah.
All right.
No, you saw
cool.
you heard me yell 60, didn't you, in the
Yeah.
background?
I didn't know what that
60.
meant.
That's what those noises were. Yeah,
didn't-
he's counting us
I
down.
didn't know. All right.
Okay.
I probably should have given you that prerequisite a little bit.
Yeah, he is new
Just
to the
let me know
game.
something.
When you
But
heard-
never
when-
mind,
when
don't
you-
trip. Don't trip.
It's cool. We've been cooking. We actually had 2 subjects we didn't even touch on
Yeah.
that we wanted to talk about. We might have to get to later.
All right,
good.
that's cool.
Just not tonight.
What else is going on? So we have 𝗏𝗲 on January 19th.
Yes.
High
The
five.
Jazz Kitchen.
Jazz Kitchen.
At the
Sorry,
Jazz Kitchen.
The build is the 18th, the day before.
Very good
Wine After
opportunity
Work
for
is
you
the
to come out
same
there and
day.
get you. Yeah.
Wine After Work is on that Friday.
Also,
Okay.
the following night is the Cash No Money No Limit party.
20th.
That's the 20th at the
Word.
Jazz Kitchen as well.
Okay,
Word.
So it's going to be a real good weekend.
Word.
that's a real good weekend.
Say
So-
word.
So come out and learn stuff on Thursday at 𝗏𝗲.
Yeah.
It's from 6:30 to 8:30, and then you can go to Wine After Work. On Friday early, get your little drink on.
Very great vibe.
Take yourself on over to the Jazz Kitchen for 𝗏𝗲.
Yes,
and,
sir.
DJ Boogie Blind, I believe.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Boogie Blind's dope.
Yeah, Executioners, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
Lone's
then-
mapping it out for y'all.
And then you rest up during
Yeah.
the day. You say hi to your kids,
Yeah.
and then you go back out to the
Drop
cash
them off at their grandma's house
To
too.
the Jazz Kitchen.
the Jazz
Cash
Kitchen.
Money
tonight.
taking over for the 9/9.
Yeah, so that's going to
2000.
be DJ Lady Shay and DJ Metronome. So you
Word.
definitely want to be in the building for that.
Slot,
Yeah.
real quick, I want you to plug anything that you got going on, brother, while you're with us.
For sure. Every first Sunday, you can catch me in Chicago doing Beat Lo-Fi Social with my brothers Rasheed Hadi, Cousin
sir.
Vinny, International MC.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Jason and Casey holding us down.
Mm.
Every Saturday, I'm at Revel Room in Chicago in Wicker Park for a night called House of 𝗏𝗲𝗱.
I love that name.
Hey, man, shout out to the homie Ruben for giving me the nickname Slotty 𝗏𝗲𝗱.
That is dope.
It's a great
So,
nickname.
Yeah, man. So we got that every Saturday, and then every first and third Thursday, we are at Deadbolt
Thanks,
again
Terry.
for Love Movement.
Okay.
Yeah, you just put that mix out too that we put on the site. So
Word.
Thank you, man.
Word.
yeah, for sure.
And then also
I'm
we
gonna
got the
check that out.
live streams coming to you from Beat Lo-Fi Social as well.
Oh, that's gonna be dope.
Yeah. And we're
facts.
we're working really. We're in the early processes, middle processes of bringing lo-fi back to
To India.
Indianapolis.
Yes, sir.
So
Mhm.
yeah.
And
Hopefully-
don't forget, every Tuesday, Coach's Tavern. You know what it is. Take that
Absolutely.
Tuesday. Me and
Hello.
DJ Metronome.
Shout out to
You're-
No Bad Ideas as well for the knit joint.
One
with
of my
the old
favorite
school
hat
ball.
companies.
Hell yeah.
On the top, they got the new No Bad Ideas brown patch, signature patch on the front. This is dope. They take care of us, man. So shout out to No
Absolutely.
Bad Ideas.
Got the nice
Shout out to
knits.
Coleman Dental making the teeth look nice and
Yes,
teeth.
sir.
Absolutely.
Print
Mm.
Infinity
all
as
these
well.
all these white teeth,
And I just put up today. I started a new
Caucasian
series.
teeth.
We see you.
I put out a new series today. I started with Decademics and Bringing Down the Band. It's called Digging,
Yes.
and it's literally where we are digging into producers' discographies.
Yes. Who did you select? You had
So the very first one that I put out today was DJ Premier.
Word.
So I put a playlist together of all DJ Premier's
Pan-
discography
Panera.
as a producer.
Nice.
Okay.
Dude, it's
Nice.
Chipolata.
over 500 tracks, 42 hours long.
Wow.
So check that out
A
on the
whole
site.
work week.
But we're gonna dig into some producers there. So you know.
Word.
Tight, man. Thank you for having me, brothers.
Hey
Absolutely,
man, it was
Always.
a pleasure, bro, having
Okay.
Slot A in the building. Jay Moore as always. This is gonna wrap up episode 63. Longevity, Jay Diff, Slot A, Jay Moore. I am Major 7th. We are the new old heads. Please remember to go to our Patreon site. It is right behind. Well, that's new. BringItDownTheBand.com. But we got all the details there. We need people to come out and sign up. We got a lot of great things, a lot of raffles going on.
Yeah,
I'm
New
gonna do
Old
a better
Heads.
job of actually telling you guys how
Just-
to sign up.
But just go to newoldheads.com and you'll get yourself good.
Yes, sir.
Get the info.
Peace.
And we will
All
see you guys next week. Peace.
Holla.